Let's take a closer look at the water cycle in this short video, The Water Cycle Explained. Did you know there's about the same amount of water today on Earth as there was a million years ago? It's just in different forms. It's in solids, liquids, and gases. The water cycle can be broken down into 7 major parts: evaporation, condensation, sublimation, precipitation, transpiration, runoff, and infiltration. Let's take a look at each one. Have you ever been outside after a rainstorm and noticed that a puddle of water has just vanished or disappeared? That's because of evaporation. Evaporation is the process where water heats up at the surface level and turns into water vapor or gas. Most waters like oceans, seas, lakes, and rivers are the main source of evaporation. Have you ever wondered why there's snow on mountaintops? That's because the higher the elevation, the colder the air. As the water vapors rise and enter the colder atmosphere, they turn into tiny particles of ice and water droplets. This process is known as condensation. These particles come close together and form clouds and fog in the sky. Did you know that ice can convert directly into water vapor without converting to liquid water first? This phenomenon is known as sublimation, and it accelerates when the temperature is low or pressure is high. Sublimation is a rather slower process than evaporation. As the clouds collect more and more water droplets, they become too big for the air to hold anymore. Precipitation occurs. Rain, snow, sleet, and hail are all forms of precipitation and depend on the air temperature. Did you know that plants can evaporate water through their leaves? This process is known as transpiration. Plants absorb water through their roots from precipitation, where it's pushed upward toward their leaves for photosynthesis. Extra water exits the leaves as water vapor or gas. As water from precipitation pours down, it runs over the surface of the earth. This process is called runoff. Oftentimes, fast-moving water over the land can displace the topsoil and relocate it to new locations, or even end up in our rivers, lakes, seas, and oceans. Not all water that precipitates ends up as runoff, gets absorbed by plants, or is evaporated. Some of the water moves deep into the soil through the process called infiltration. This water seeps deep down into the soil to increase the level of groundwater table and is pure and drinkable.